Be Confident Coaching Center. Courses offered are Ielts, UKVI Ielts, OET, and Communicative English. You can join either online or offline class. If you wish to join, please do contact at the given number. If you like my video, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. I am going to talk about the IS speaking section. IS speaking consists of introduction, cue card, and discussion. The speaking goes on for 13 to 14 minutes. In this particular video, I'll be showing different cue cards that appear too often in IELTS. So I will be taking some cue cards. The first cue card that I have taken is describe a medical advancement that has benefited mankind. Some questions are what it is, the special features, how the mankind benefited from it. So these are the sub questions, and you will have to talk about medical advancement. That is the key word in this particular cue card. You will have to talk at least 1 to 2 lines based on medical advancement. Just keep in mind you should not define it. After that, you can say here I would like to talk about a medical advancement that has really benefited human, and that is you will have to name that particular advancement and the special features it has and how mankind benefited from it. Try to use good vocabulary while you are answering this particular question. You shouldn't answer in one word or one sentence. You will have to talk about it elaborately so that you can talk for at least 2 minutes. Just after the cue card, there will be discussion part, and during discussion part, questions based on the cue card will be asked to you, such as why do some people choose to lead an unhealthy life? How important is the attitude of patient towards the treatment? What is the importance of exercise in today's world? So these are some of the discussion topics that might be asked just after the cue card. So the next cue card that I am going to talk about is describe a holiday resort that you know. And the sub questions are where is it? What the specialties are? Why it impressed you? So it is not necessary whether you are talking about the real fact or unrealistic thing. They just want to check your fluency, your lexical resources, and that's it. So you might not have gone to any holiday resort, but it doesn't matter. You can talk about any holiday resort such as any theme park, any botanical garden, or any historical place that you usually go. Next comes the discussion part. The discussion part, some questions might be asked, such as what are the diverse types of holidays in your country? So you will have to mention about the different types of holidays, and you will have to use good vocabulary for that. So as India has diversified culture and custom, there are multifarious holidays in our country. So you can talk about that. The next question is generally, is it long holidays or short holidays that people prefer? You can say it depends upon the person to person. And you cannot say about all the individuals. So as I mentioned before, it depends upon the person to person means there are different opinions and ideas regarding the particular holidays. Next question, might be, what sort of place is chosen by people for spending their holidays? So there are certain places that people usually like, such as the tourist hubs. So you can mention that. So it's a discussion question, so any question could be asked. So be prepared for that. The next question is, why do people travel? So there are several reasons why people travel: for commuting to their workspace, or for just exploring different places. So you can mention the reasons that people travel. The next cue card that I'm going to take is, speak about an article you read regularly from newspaper. So the word newspaper is being given. So you should not say about any magazine or any other article which you have read elsewhere. So the sub questions are title and writer of the article. So you will have to specify the title and writer of the article. So if you are not prepared about this particular question, you can say the name of any writer, any title relating to, say, any crime relating, for instance, crime against women and children, banning of plastic bags, or any rule that has been mentioned in the article. So you can say the name of any writer. It doesn't matter whether it is right or wrong. So when you read it, you can say you read it couple of days back. The topic of the article, you will have to mention any. You can also talk about any health issues that appear regularly, for example the diabetic, hypertension, or any other such problems. So now let's move to the next. Next is the discussion part. Do you think that writers have a big influence on the readers? Are people interested in sensational stories more than other news stories? What influence has the internet on reading? So you will have to answer each and every question, and it is not that only one or two questions will be asked to you. It depends about the number of questions. So try to elaborate your answer as much as possible so that not more questions will be asked. The next question might be, should the government promote the habit of reading by investing in libraries? So it's your idea whether you think that investing in libraries can improve or enhance the habit of reading among children. So they are asking about your opinion. Next cue card is, describe a character in a book you have read or film you have seen. So it's better to talk about a film because you might be knowing about the character which are very popular in your country. So it is better to talk about the English movie character so that you need not translate from your native language to English. The sub questions might be, why you chose this character, when you read the book, saw the film, how this character influenced you, what you like to be like this character, do you know anyone who is like this character? So all these sub questions will have to be answered, and no sub questions should be left unanswered. So keep in mind to answer all the questions in 2 minutes itself. The next part. Now moving on to the next slide. In the discussion part, questions might be related to movie or the books. So if you are talking about books, then the questions might be like this. What are the advantages of reading books? Do you think that reading habits of people have reduced these days, and why? Will people make use of libraries in future? How do students make use of libraries to complete their assignments? So these are the discussion questions and you have to prepare about these. So it is better to read a book that has some moral values and the book about which you can summarize and talk about. The next cue card is describe a language you learned. So you will have to talk about a language that you have learned. It can be any language. I have mentioned some language here such as the Italian, Chinese, French, Spanish and so on. If you are going to a country, say Germany, you need to know German language. So if you are planning to move to Germany, you can say, well, I would like to learn a language that is German. And if you are not well versed in that, you can say English. And that's it. So describe a language you learned. You can talk about English because English is not your native language. So the question might be, which language it is, when you learned it, how you learned it, and explain why you had to learn the language. You can talk about the prerequisite that you need to know about this language if you want to mingle with people of Western countries or of other region, because India being a diversified custom and culture, the languages differ from region to region, so you need to interact with them, and for that a common language is required. And you can talk about English being the common language. It could be easily deciphered by people. Next part is the discussion part. In the discussion part, some of the questions might be, what do you think are the benefits of learning different languages? What is the best way to learn a new language? Do you think that native language speakers are the best to teach the language? So you will have to tell the opinion whether you think that native speakers can only teach you a particular language much better than other mentors. So these are the discussion topics and you will have to answer each and every question. How would the world be if there were only one language? So you have to say, if there was only one language, then there would not be any differentiation. So, as if there is only one colored flower, will it look good? No. In the same way, if there is only one language, then the world will not look good because everywhere the common language is being spoken. There is no diversity. So, it would not be much interesting. So, you can talk about that. Will more people in your country prefer to learn English in the future? Yes, of course. English has much prominence. So people have to learn English. So you have to say that in future people will certainly learn English for multifarious reasons, such as if they want to go abroad or interact with people of different region or would like to enhance their knowledge in good books, say of Western scholars. So English would be learned by people. The next cue card I am going to talk is describe a website you frequently visit. Which website it is, how you knew about it, how often you visit it, and say why you visit it frequently. So, some of the examples of websites are LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and so on. So you will have to talk about a website that you use frequently, and it should be something which has much significance in your life. Say to update yourself from what's happening around the world. You can say about the news websites or about Facebook, so that you can update where you are, what you're doing, anything new is happening in your life. You can put pictures and share your views. Other than that, you can also say about WhatsApp so that you can chat with your kid as well as kin. The next thing is the discussion part. So in the discussion part, we all know the discussion part, some questions might be like this. Do people in your country spend a lot of time on the internet? What are the advantages of working over the internet? Are there any negative effects of the internet? How can the internet benefit the society at large? Are networking sites popular in your country? So there are several social networking websites. So you will have to talk whether it's popular in your country. So you can say now in remote areas also people have started using social networking websites. The next cue card is talk about an advertisement that you dislike. So it's actually very easy if you have to talk about an advertisement that you like, but it's actually very difficult to talk about an advertisement that you dislike. So you can talk about an advertisement which uses any abusive language or any unrealistic facts. In that case, you can talk a lot about that. Which advertisement it is? Was it on television or print? Why do you dislike it? And as I mentioned before, you have to tell some reason of your not liking that particular advertisement. The discussion part that follows cue card might be like this. What are the different methods of advertising a product? Do you think that demand for a product increases because of advertisement or need? Which mode of advertisement is most important in your country? So as you know, there are several modes of advertisement such as banners, pamphlets, through social medias and so on. So you will have to talk about that. What will be the mode of advertisement in future? As there are several technological innovations. So you will have to say about the technological advancement that can be possible in future regarding the advertisement. So if you wish to join the online or offline course for IELTS, OET, UKVI IELTS or Duolingo, do not forget to contact me at this particular number. If you like the video, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for now.